JAT Yugoslav Airlines Flight 367 was a McDonnell Douglas DC-9-32 aircraft which exploded shortly after overflying NDB Hermsdorf, East Germany, while en route from Stockholm to Belgrade on 26 January 1972. The aircraft, piloted by Captain Ludwig Rajdri, broke into two pieces and spun out of control, crashing near the village of Srbska Kamenice in Czechoslovakia. Of the 28 on board, 27 were killed upon ground impact, but one Serbian crew member, Vesna Vulovic, survived. Cause: the McDonnell Douglas DC-9-32 was destroyed in flight allegedly by émigré Croatian terrorists who had placed a bomb on board. This claim, however, has never been officially proved nor confirmed. There is a reasonable doubt that Serbian secret police launched this theory in order to discredit Croatian emigration after repressive political events that took place in Yugoslavia in spring of 1971. Another theory claimed that the plane was mistakenly shot down by a Czechoslovak surface-to-air missile, which was also never proved nor confirmed. Vesna Vulovic was near the rear of the aircraft at the time of the explosion. This is a questionable claim as well, since the witness who saved her from the wreckage, Forester Bruno Henke, told he found her in the middle section of the plane, just above the wings junction. The empennage of the aircraft was torn away from the main fuselage and both fell from 10,160 meters before impact with the ground. A food cart pinned her to the back of the plane during her fall, acting as a seat belt, thus preventing her from being sucked out of the plane during decompression or the ensuing fall. Some reports stated she was at the back when the explosion occurred, but she has said she was told that she was found in the middle section of the plane. Vulovic was in a coma for 27 days and was temporarily paralyzed from the waist down, but survived. She continued working for the airline, holding a desk job. In popular culture, Vesna Vulovic holds the official record in the Guinness Book of Records for the highest fall survived without a parachute. Vulovic received the Guinness Prize from Paul McCartney, a major celebrity in the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Vesna Vulovic was a frequent guest on major Yugoslav TV shows such as Maxavizir by Milinović Minimax, up until the 1990s. Vulovic attended annual commemorations at the crash site, until they were stopped in 2002. The daughter of the firefighter that saved her bears her name, as well as a local hotel in the Czech Republic near the site of the crash. The plane crash was a subject of Mythbusters. Episode 37, Escape Slide Parachute, was devoted to her case. The Mythbusters concluded it was possible to survive the fall depending on how the wreckage someone was sitting in landed. Discovery Channel in their program Against All Odds also profiled Vulovic's fall to Earth. Conspiracy theories. The officially stated cause of the crash was challenged occasionally over the years by conspiracy theories. For example, in 1997 the Czech periodical Letecht via Kosmonautica reported that the plane was shot down by mistake by Czechoslovak air defense. Shot down theory. The discussion about different aspects of the crash was reopened on 8 January 2009, when German news magazine Tagesschau featured a report by investigative journalists Peter Hornung and Pavel Thiner, allegedly based on newly obtained documents mainly from the Czech Civil Aviation Authority. They concluded that it was extremely likely that the plane had been mistakenly shot down only a few hundred meters above the ground by a MiG fighter of the Czechoslovak Air Force, having been mistaken for an enemy aircraft while attempting a forced landing. All the evidence suggesting that the plane was destroyed at high altitude by explosives placed in a suitcase would be therefore forged by Czechoslovak secret police. As evidence that the DC-9 had broken up at a low altitude, the journalists cited eyewitnesses from Srbska Kamenice, who had seen the plane burning but still intact below the low-hanging clouds. and confirmation of a Serbian aviation expert that the debris area had been much too small for a crash from high altitude. It also referred to sightings of a second plane. According to Hornung, Flight 367 got into difficulties, went into a steep descent and found itself over a sensitive military area, close to a nuclear weapons facility. However, Hornung himself stated that for his theory, there are only indications, no evidences. A representative of Guinness World Records stated that, "It seems that at the time Guinness was duped by this swindle just like the rest of the media." The Czech Civilian Aviation Authority dismissed the conspiracy theory as media speculation that appears from time to time. Its spokeswoman added that authority experts would not comment on them and that findings of the official investigation are being questioned mostly because of the media attractiveness of the story. The Czech magazine TechNet quoted a Czech army expert. In case of violation of the airspace, the incident would not be solved by anti-air missiles, but by fighter planes. Also, it would not be possible to conceal such incident, as there would approximately 150 to 200 people knowing about the incident. They would not have any reason to not tell about incident today. A potential missile launch would be audible and especially visible for thousands of people long after release. He further claims that for the Yugoslavian plane it was technically impossible to dive in a state of emergency from the proven flight level to the low altitude and place where it was allegedly shot down. He also states that the debris area wasn't too small, but that the main parts were more than 1.5 kilometers apart. Additionally, the Czechoslovak air defense soldier who operated the radar that very day stated in a 2009 interview that in any Czechoslovak jet fighters would be noticed by the West German air defense. The main argument against such a theory is the flight data obtained from the black box, which provided the exact data about the time, speed, direction, acceleration and altitude of the plane at the moment of the explosion. Both black boxes were opened and analyzed by the service companies in Amsterdam in the presence of experts from Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia and the Dutch Aviation Office.